Madam Chair, I'd like to just continue on where I left off with the Minister earlier with staff here. As you well know, we're in NAFTA negotiations right now. And with that said, and having been down there myself just this past week, a few weeks ago, there's no question that our partners on the U.S. side are recognizing the advantages that we have with integrated trade corridors. And with that, recognizing the need to have more intense and comprehensive dialogue, especially when it comes to making investments. While we make investments in our corridors and they're making investments in our corridors, how important it is, especially with respect to integrating our logistics and distribution systems. So I have two questions. Furthering on a binational effort versus just a national effort, one is that dialogue happening at your level? Is the dialogue happening that when investments, whether it be road, air, rail, or water, is the discussion being had binationally? Even beyond that, with those in other countries. And then the second question is, how do we further that? How do we ensure that those discussions are further? I know where I'm from in Niagara, we're within a 1 day's drive of over 44% of North America's annual income. 1 day's drive to Montreal, Ottawa, Chicago, Cincinnati, Cleveland, Pittsburgh, Washington, Baltimore, Philadelphia, New York, and Boston. So a lot of our highways, our waterways, our rail, and our air are interconnected. So again, going back to my questions, is that dialogue happening? First question. And second question, how do we ensure that it's even enhanced more so well into the future so those trade corridors are more robust?
Well, thank you. Madam Chair, it's a great question. It strikes to the heart of and multiple priorities at Transport Canada and other departments. The short answer is yes, the dialogue's happening. It's happening, certainly happening at the ministerial, the prime ministerial, and I would say elected representative level. And it's happening at the officials level. I spend a fair bit of time talking to my colleagues at the Department of Transportation, the Department of Homeland Security, the U.S. Coast Guard, et cetera. And at multiple levels, departmental officials at Transport Canada are spending a lot of time, not just in dialogues with their U.S. counterparts, but in joint planning meetings on a whole range of things from aviation security to motor vehicle safety standards. One recent example would be in the last budget, the government has recently enacted the pre-clearance bill. I can't remember the exact title, and has, as a matter of coordination, has funded pre-clearance facilities in Billy Bishop and Quebec Jean-Lesage Airport. To do that requires enormous coordination with Customs and Border Patrol and about 18 U.S. federal agencies. I think in terms of what can we do is continuing the Canadian playbook in this manner, which is extensive ministerial and elected representative engagement that's raised, quite frankly, the awareness in the United States of these trade corridors and the value of that